Yo, what's up? Good evening to all of you out there. This is Bright Future TV. We are back again with another one. Okay, let me try to see if I can set my comment session. So when you join me, you drop your comments. Let me know you are there with me whilst I'm searching my comments. Good evening to you out there. Jennifer Osas say, "Oh God, the way to Jennifer Good Osas say, I love your program." And Doreen too said, "My brother, good evening." Good evening to all of you. I don't know why my comment is not showing here. Okay. Well, when you join, you hit the like button and then you share. Okay, with all due respect, and then we all move on right now. It's gonna be fire, 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 fire. Okay, let me start with let me quickly start. There is a new law that has been passed for immigrants. I mean, immigrants, when we talk about immigrants, asylum seekers, okay? Good. And this is what it says. So pay attention and listen very careful. So you can also tell somebody, drop your comment. It said, respect, bro. One love. All right. So Mario Draghi, who's happens to be the Italian prime minister right now, the prime minister in Italy here, went for European Commission to discuss about the new laws, okay, how they are going to handle immigrants right here in Italy, and they have concluded everything. So, in case if you are watching and you have not heard about it, then please pay attention and listen. He said, Italy's message to European Council, AU nations should take migrants to own ports. So now he has brought a new suggestion that anytime they rescue immigrants, well, the boat that rescue that migrants, if it is Italian boat, bring the people to Italy. If it is German boat, take the people to Germany. And if it is Spanish boat, take the people to Spanish. This is what Mario Draghi has requested for all immigrants, and it has been already approved. Okay, they have approved this right down here in Italy. Italian Prime Minister approved the majority motions on the communications of Prime Mario Draghi during the European Council meeting on June 24th and June 25th. Italy has been lobbying for greater burden sharing in the sea rescue with the European several for AU for several years. So now, if you are watching me and you know somebody who is coming or who is already planning to make his way, if by the grace of God they rescue you, the rescue team, if you see a flag on that rescue team, if it is Italy, that means they are going to bring you here. But if it is not Italy and it's any other country, that is where they will take you to. The law has been already been approved. Okay, it has been out there now in Italy here. So whoever that rescue you, who will be the person to take care of you, or where they will take you to. It wouldn't be like before that they would German people will rescue you but still drop you here in Italy. No, now it's no more like that. When they rescue you, they will take you to whoever that rescue you. If it is German ship, they will take you there. And if it is any other country from the European Union, that is exactly where they will take you to. Somebody said, please, I need your number. Okay, my number will be soon there. Okay, don't worry, my number was there. I will drop the number before I leave here. So that is the new law that has been passed. And one thing that I want to assure you guys that for those of you who are already here are not part of it. If you are here in Italy already for almost, let me say 1 month or 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, you are not part of it. It is for people who are now going to be rescued. This is a new law that was passed 24th to I'm coming, guys. I don't want to make any mistake. Okay, yeah, from 24th to 28th. That is when this law was passed. So if you have been here already, that means you will not be included in this new law. But for the newcomers who will try to come, if you are if by the grace of God you survive it, that means you will be rescued. but you will not be remaining here in Italy, but you rather what take to another country in case if you don't know. Now let's go to the next one. The next one is 2 years document for people with a children or with child or family. Let me put it in family ways. Okay. Now we all heard about a document called assistenza minore. Okay, assistenza minore. Now there has been a very good explanation, a very detail to details. So those of you out there who would love to have this kind of document, pay attention and listen very careful, and then do as the news say. And believe me, you will grab the document at hand without stressing yourself so much. Now I have something about sanatoria too. I'm going to talk about it. It's very important. So just hold on with it. Okay, here we go. Please hit the like button and share this for me. Let it reach out there to somebody who need it. Okay, so for relative of a child or adolescent living in Italy, permiso for assistenza minore. The court has already said it. This is from the court, okay? So it is for relatives, people who have family members here. It can be your child or whatever, okay? So please pay attention. Now, he said, if you are a family member of a child or an adolescent under 18 living in Italy, you may be granted permiso per assistenza minore, okay? Please, I'm taking it again, so pay very good attention and do it. I know most of you might get this document. If you are a family member of a child or an adolescent under 18 living in Italy, you may be granted a permiso per assistenza minore. You can use this article to learn a lot. Now listen, it says about who is eligible and how you can get it, how long is it valid for, and what are your rights. I'm going to explain all these things to you so that most of you out there who have this opportunity will rush and then get the process done so you can get these documents immediately. Okay. Now, these are people who can get this document. He said, who is eligible for this permiso? The permiso for assistenza minore is granted to a parent or a family member of a child. A parent or a family member of a child. Okay. Now, listen. He said, or adolescents under 18 years. The person can be a child or the person will be an adolescent under 18 years. So 17, 16 going, that person is an adolescent where you can what get it. I don't know who is calling me, but yeah, hello. Good evening. Yes, sir. Right now I'm on live, so I can't answer it unless I'm done. Yes, sir. Okay, sorry guys, let's go. I know most of you don't know when I'm on live. The problem that most of you don't know when we are live, you don't get notification, is that there is a bell there which you need to click on that bell. Okay, there's a small bell there. When you click on that bell, you put it all notification. So anytime I drop something, when I'm on live or I upload a video, you will see it. So you won't call me when I'm on live, you see, except maybe the line is open for you out there to, call. You understand? This is escaping a lot of people, and I don't blame any of you. I know it might escape you. So please, after the video or during this video, you can check the bell and see if your bell is at the up. Just ring that bell and put it all notification. Any day, anytime, you get notified. Now let me go on with it. It says minora is granted for the parent or a family member of a child or adolescent under 18 living in Italy on a case-by-case basis to avoid the separation from the adults damaging the child's well-being. The permit can be granted to one or both parents. So for example, mother and father, okay, you guys have a child, the document can be given to both of you or can be given to only one person out of the family, either the father or the wife. Okay, one of them can get this document. Now I'm going to explain. They have listed it along, so I'm going to explain so you can take the process and see if you can what go and do it yourself. All right, good. Now it says that this permit can be granted to one or both parents or to another family member regardless of the degree of kinship. Generally, a family member receives this permit only when none of the parents of the child are in Italy. Please pay attention. It says the permit can be granted to one or both parents or to another family member regardless of the degree of kinship. Generally, a family member receives this permit only when none of the parents are in Italy. So, for example, you, the mother and the father, are no more in Italy, but he has an auntie here, or has an uncle here, or has a grandfather or a grandmother or whoever, but the person needs to be the child's family member. Okay, both the mother side and the father side. That person can receive documents when you, the mother or the father, you are not in Italy here. You understand? But when the mother or the father is here in Italy, you guys will get the document and the process is there. So pay attention. And then it says that, however, according to the CILD lawyers, in some cases, the relevant Italian authorities may grant the assistant minore permit to another relative, even if the child is with one of the parents. So it says the lawyers explain that they can still give the document to any of his relatives. It can be you, the woman, your mother. Okay, you, the woman, your mother, or the man's mother. If the person is here in Italy, they can still give this assistenza minore to one of the relative. I'm not talking about the mother and the father because I'm done with them. Okay, one of the relative, they can still give him this assistenza minore document. Okay. You may receive this permit also if you are outside Italy and you apply for family reunification with your son or a daughter who is under 18 and lives in Italy. So, for example, you have your child here in Italy and you are a mother, you are back home in Nigeria or you are back home in Ghana, anywhere in Africa, okay? You can also what? Apply for this document and they will give it to you so you can join your child who is under 18 years. When the child is already 18 years, it will not be granted. That is the main reason why you need to share this this video, because most of our brothers and sisters here who claim underage, who have documents, can tell their parents to file this, and then they will come here without not going through any stress because their children are still underage. I'm talking about people who come here and say they are bombino. You understand? We are facing all these kind of things. When I'm on live and people call me, I don't like it at all. I swear to God. So, if you are a bombino or you claim bombino, your mother can also follow this process to get to Italy here to join you. Okay. Oh God, I'm not. Yeah, hello. Hello. All right, so let's continue. How can I get this permission? This is where the most important question is. Please hit the like button and share this video. Let it reach somebody out there. Let me read this comment. I think it's very important. Please, I want to ask a question about my baby's father. Oh no. Yeah, hello. Please, I'm on live. I'm on live. That's why I'm not picking up your call. About my baby's father, 2 years document before, and he went to renew it for the second time, and now the commission sent him a letter to go to commission again. Yes, of course, I have explained this, so I'll still explain this again. The reason why most of you have documents and you still go to commission, I will explain that. Okay, good. Now listen, how can I get this permesso di soggiorno? The assistenza minore permit is issued by the Questura under the authorization of the juvenile court, Tribunale per il minorini in Italia or in Italian. Therefore, the application for the permit requests a two-step process. It is, before you get this document, it is a two-step process before you can get it. One, request the authorization from the juvenile court. Two, make an appointment at the Questura for issuing the permisso. Okay, Um, this is the process how you can get this document, the assistenza minore, okay, by requesting request the authorization from the juvenile court to make an appointment at the Questura for issuing the permits. First step, authorization from the juvenile court. To apply for this permit, you first need to request the authorization for the release of a permit from the juvenile court. The juvenile court is usually located in the capital of the region or provincia. You can find the list of juvenile court in Italy here. So in every city where you are, there's a juvenile court. Okay. Most of you don't know what juvenile court is. Juvenile court is a court only for children. Only for children. It is a court that deals with children's issue. Okay, so that is where you will send your application to, and then they will give you the request to give it to the Questura. Then the Questura will release the document to you, or they will send it directly through your lawyer or through the to the Questura directly, so that the Questura will release that document for you. Now, listen, he said to apply for the authorization, you have to go to the Cancelleria Civile. In English, it's called civil chancellor in English, civil chancellor in English, of the Tribuna per il Minorini, and complete the relevant request form. You will need to include, this is what you pay. You don't just, it's not for free, you have to pay for it, okay? Before you fill the forms and then you pay. You will pay 27 euros with you buy 27 euro revenue stamp. That is Marca Diabolo, the 27 euro own, not that 16 euro own. No, this one is 27 euro stamp called Marca Diabolo in Italian, okay, with the request form. So you fill the forms and then you buy your Marca Diabolo, the 27 euro own, and then you put it on it. Okay, in addition, you will have to attach to the request of a copy of the other documents, such as valid documents or prove your identity and that of your child, for example, passport or ID. So if your baby already have the document, you only need the photocopy of your baby's document, and then your own identity. It can be your carta de identità, that any document that shows your identity. Okay, it can be your passport or whatever. Then you attach a photocopy of it together with it. 2, valid and expire permit of staying. If you have one already, in case you have permesso di soggiorno, okay, that has already expired. I'm talking about, it can be 6 months soggiorno, any soggiorno that you have ever held in Italy here. Even if it has expired, you do a photocopy of it and then you attach to it also. Or birth certificate of your child, your baby's birth certificate, that you get it from the comuni. You do photocopy of it and then you attach to it. Proof of the family tie with the child, such as historical family certificate or registration certificate. That also you get it from the comuni. Okay, yeah, you get that one also from the comuni. If you are not the parent, that means if you are not the parent, you prove that, yeah, that child is your relative. I'm talking about people who are in Africa who would like to join their family member here. Or if the person is your child, you have to prove that's something that shows that, yeah, that person is my baby. So you can use the birth cert of that child right from Africa. You attach the photocopy of it to prove that, yeah, you are the mother. Your mother's name, the name of the mother is on the birth cert, or the name of the father too is on the birth cert. If you are the mother doing it, or if you are the father doing it, or if you are his auntie, anything that proves that, yeah, you are the auntie of the child, you can also attach to it. And then house contract, declaration of hospitality or resident certificate. You need to bring out your certificate of house. Most of you have never heard about this. There is something called certificato di residenza. Certificato di residenza. This certificato di residenza is something very, very important, but most of you don't know. I will have time to explain what you can use. If you have life contracts here in Italy and you have a document and you want to credit iPhone or you want to credit anything, okay, wherever that you want to make a credit, or wherever that you want to borrow the phone or borrow anything, okay, without you not paying full money, but you want to pay the money step by step or installments, they will request this certificado de residencia. The same thing applies to when you want to go and renew your documents. They still request certificado de residencia or the house contract and the registration. It's always very important. So in case if you don't know, okay, good, you attach that to it as well. The tribunal may request other documents depending on your case, such as school or health certificates from the child. Okay, good. You know, vaccine, where they take the vaccine, children vaccine, always they book appointment for you. Those of you who have children, you go for vaccine for your baby. That have a certificate also. So, for example, if you want to get a school for your child, the school will demand your baby's vaccine certificates. In case you don't know, maybe for example you were in Ravenna and you moved to another city, or you are in Bologna, you moved to another city. They request or they will ask you to go and bring that vaccine certificate before they will even take your babies in school here in Italy. The same thing the judge will also what request to see how the process goes. Please make sure you check the request form for the required documents to attach. An example of the form are here. So those of you who need the example of the form, how the forms looks like, you can check me on Instagram. I have the forms already. I'll send to you. You can print it, and then, or you can even ask your lawyer to help you with this assistenza minore document. It's work and it's very fine. Okay, it doesn't take so much time to come. So now I said, what will the court evaluate? What are the things that the court will evaluate? Okay, in order to decide if you should receive the assistenza minore permit, the juvenile court evaluates whether there could be a damage of the child well-being if he or she would be separated from you, or if your child would go back to her or his country of origin. These are the things the judge check. Okay, maybe they will ask, you being the father, what if they separate you from the child? What is going to be the problem between you and the child? So the judge check all those things. For example, if you are the one taking care of the child, that means if you, the father, is being separated from the child, who is going to take care of the child then? So the judge evaluates all these things before they release the document for you. The same thing applies to mother or the relative as well. Okay, so please take that in consideration. And now he said, in order to examine this element, the court may interview you and your child, verify a place where you live, condominio in Italian. So they will interview you between the child. If the child is a grown-up child that can speak, okay, they will interview you and interview the child as well. But in normal cases, if your lawyer applied for you, it doesn't go this way. It's also going different way because your lawyer represents you. You understand? Unless the judge still stands that no, he wants to see you, that the lawyer have nothing to do than to provide you. Okay, good. So that is another one. And then he said, allow the child to integrate it in Italy, and if you have a meaningful relationship with him or her, the court may also take it into account the health condition of the child and his young age, if applicable. In order to examine this element, to the court may interview you and your child, verify a place where you live called condominio in Italian, request form of your criminal records to Questura. So that means they will check your background and see your criminal records even before they can even release the document for you. So request a report from a social worker or do further investigation. If the juvenile court rejects your request, you can appeal the decision within 10 days with the help of a lawyer. Remember that you can apply for free legal aid. Patroncini gratuito spese della Stato di Italiano. If you cannot afford to pay a lawyer, if you can't afford to pay a lawyer, there's a avvocata strada for you to apply. It is everyone's right, especially those of you who don't know. It is your right to take a lawyer without paying. It is your right to take a lawyer without paying in case if you are not working. And even if you are working and you don't receive a money from 1,200 euro, you can take a lawyer without you not paying nothing. In case if you don't know, it is an Italian law as well. Okay, good. Then the second step, no, sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm done. The second step is appointment at the Questura. Once you have the authorized of the Tribunale you will need to request the permit directly to the Questura without going to the post office. So this is what it is. And then what are the things that they are going to demand? Okay, when you have already getting your appointment, you will need to bring 4 photocopy of yourself. That is your photo, passport picture. We call it passport picture. 4 of them, and then 16 euro revenue stamp. That is the marca diabolo. You buy 16 euro on. Receipt of the fee for the issue of the permit. Valid document to prove your identity and that your child, for example, passport or ID. Decision of the Tribunale per I minorini and copy of it. Declaration of hospitality or house contract or residence certificate. Okay, these are the things that you need to bring. How long does this document last for? The Tribunale per Tribunale per il minorini decided on duration of the permit, but it is usually lasts for more than 2 years. Last not more than 2 years. How can I renew it? Most of you out there would like to know how you can renew this kind of document. You can renew this permit at the Questura with the authorization that the Tribunale per i minorini gave you the first time, if the authorization is not expired. If the authorization of the Tribunale is expired, you need to request a new one from the juvenile court. If the authorization they gave you from the court has expired, you still have to request a new authorization so that it can help you to renew. And then you can still convert that document. Okay, you can convert this permit to a work or for a family permit if you meet the requirements. It's very simple. The moment you have this document, you can apply for or you can convert it into motivo di familiare or motivo di lavoro. Very simple as ABCD. So if you're a family member here in Italy, if you have a child, this is what you can also do through your lawyer in case if you don't understand, you still don't understand, or in case you are confused. In case you are confused, you will still need a lawyer to help you. So you can send this message to your lawyer that this is what Bright Twitter TV is saying. Can you please help me get this document? And immediately the lawyer knows about it. It is called assistenza minore or assistenza minorini. It's all the same. Thank you for being on Bright Twitter TV. God richly bless you. Let me see if there's any comment. He said, listen to what somebody writes. Listen. He said, you guys always copy news from Blacks in Europe TV, but you guys still claim he is a bad person. John Osaje, or whatever your name is, I want to correct you, okay? On my platform here, I have never and ever used my platform to say somebody is a bad person. Number two, I want to correct you. There are a lot of TV stations in Italy here. Some like Rai 1, Rai 2, Rai 3. Okay, so nobody writes news here in Italy. I don't write news. Nobody writes news. You talk about what is going on, what you need people to hear. You understand? So please, I'm correcting you. I'm just correcting you. Okay, I don't have any bad intention to insult you or to say anything bad to you. But I have never used my platform to say somebody is a bad person. Maybe wherever you heard people saying he's a bad person, it wouldn't be here. Okay, so please take your biases somewhere else. I don't deal with people who are biased. When was the last time I make any video? You can prove me wrong that I make a video I say somebody's a bad person. I don't do that. Okay, I'm too decent for that nonsense. So just take your biases somewhere, or else I'll just block you because I don't do that. And I don't take any news from any platform. I talk about what is going on. If you want to know when this news is being published, I can still show you. Okay, good. So just take your time and know what you are saying. Good. This news is being published on the 28th, on the 18th of this June. Okay, and this is the time I'm doing the video about it. So don't say we copy something and say somebody's a bad person. I don't do that. All right, so guys, thank you so much for watching Bright Future TV. God richly bless you for your time. and share this video and hit the like button. Ciao.